What's going on, guys? Welcome back to RVer Adventures. I'm John, and today we are taking a look at the Catalina 333 RETS Legacy Edition. This RV is quite big for being more of an entry-level RV, so let's take a look at it. But before we do, y'all are killing it. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Everybody's been saying very, very nice things to me, and it means the world to me. Also, I appreciate all the subscribers. If you're enjoying these videos, please don't hesitate to subscribe. I need all the help I can get. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Also, don't forget, I do work in a sales position here at a great outdoor RV in Cumby, Texas. I will have all the links to our information down in the description. It's going to have my phone number, my email, my website, all that kind of stuff. So if there's anything you see, even if it's from a different location, I can still sell it. I would absolutely love to be your salesperson. Let's jump on in. All right, starting from the very front, we have the big, beautiful Catalina Legacy Edition, where they're V-shaped, which is what's basically representing the Legacy Editions. And then you have the Coachman logo. And I do like the black front cap. I like this a lot better than just a traditional white. And of course, you have the rock guard underneath it. You have your battery cut off right here, and then you have your location for batteries right here. 2 propane tanks, and of course you have your tongue jack right here. It's going to be power lit as well. You can barely see it, so bright outside today. However, it's cold as can be. I'm tired of this weather change. So, and then of course it's up and down, fully electric, so you can move it however you need. All right, let's go to the side now. So we're going to start with the awning. As you can see, it goes all the way across. And I believe you can see the green light. I can barely tell on the camera, but it's green. It's LED lighting all the way across. Fully programmable to pretty much any color that you want. It is RGB, so I think that's pretty awesome. And then now you have all your speakers. All the speakers on this RV is going to be JBL. Huge, huge plus. So you're getting quality sound at an affordable price. All right, coming over here, you have your, what you would think would be a pass-through, but it's not. It's actually it's an entry. I hope you can hear me. It's kind of sounding a little staticky, or not staticky, but echoey. A location for your washer and dryer hookup, along as a way to actually get in. You have your, it's a closet basically. You got an entry to your closet from the outside. Let me put it that way. Best way I can put it. And of course, LED lights all the way around. You have your Catalyte hookup. Your cable satellite is right there, along with a place to plug in. You have the Lippert solid steps, which is awesome. And then you do have, this one is optioned with a window in the door. And then of course you have the multicolored LED lights, the JBL sound system. Coming over here, one thing I really like to see is they went with aluminum fenders on this one. I mean, you can't stand it on like on the Nobos, but it's very structurally sound compared to plastic, of course. Coming around, and you do have mechanical scissors stabilizers. Now, again, get a drill for 20 bucks online, 30 bucks online with a drill bit, way cheaper and easier. And then of course you have your place to hook up propane. And just above that, you have a leash link. Keep your dogs under 1,500 pounds. And then in the very back, again, of course, all LED lights. You have a tailgate storage system that comes on all the Legacy Editions. You have a bumper. Of course, you can put your stink hose in there as well. Coming up, you have 2 back windows in this unit. It is backup camera ready. And then if you have spare tire, all the obvious things. This is a dual AC unit, so you do have 50 amps. Now what's crazy is for a aluminum sided trailer is how big this thing really is. You have 3 slides, 2 which are very, very large, which opens up the living space, which is awesome. All right, coming on down, you can still see the aluminum fender flares. You have your catalytic hookup for when you park. Right here you have your city water connection, as well as your black tank flush. And then all the way up here you have your freshwater connection. And then down here you have your outdoor shower. You have all your dumps located directly underneath all that. You got your other slide. All right, you got a 6-gallon hot water heater with 10.1 gallons of recovery every hour. And then we have our dry weight right here. You're looking at 8,840 pounds, and the full length of this RV is 36 foot 7 inches. All right, that pretty much covers everything on the outside. Let's hop in and take a look. All right, so we have 3 steps going up, and then the 4th step is into the RV. All right, so you usually do not get this open of an RV on travel trailers, especially what most people in the industry call stick and tin, which means that it's a wood frame. You have residential style insulation words, and of course you have the aluminum sided, the corrugated aluminum. So that's why they call it stick and tin. And usually they're not this huge, you know, they're not typically double slides. You usually have 1 slide and you're kind of crammed. But this one, you get the double slides, 1 on one side and 1 on the other, of course. So let's start with what's right in front of us. So you do have storage underneath, and take a look. Yeah, fairly shallow storage, but storage nonetheless. And then you have your fireplace, and then just above it you have another little storage area, which looks like you can run your electronics through it to your TV. Again, JBL audio system, speakers as well. And so there's a reason behind not having the TVs is they charge an arm and a leg for them, and they're not even that good of TVs that they give us. The rep even told us that. So really the main focus is y'all pick the TV that you want and just install that instead of getting a garbage TV that you don't want. Now the trade-off here is instead of having to buy your wireless router, it comes with your wireless router. So you just have to put the SIM card and set up the plan you want with the manufacturer you want, with the AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, all those companies. You're already pre-ran for your HDMI. You have your satellite and TV all right there, and then you have a plug coming up. You also have storage up here, which is actually, get my camera to pretty deep. You have those 2 windows on each side, which looks awesome. You have storage on this side, along with a place to plug in and a little bug right there. And then a little more storage down here. You have your fuse panel right there. And then in here, you have more storage. I'm gonna have to get this handle fixed because somebody messed it up. It looks like it was open while the slide was closing on it or something like that. So we just have to get that fixed. Unless you like the angle look. You can barely tell it's messed up. And then of course on this slide right here. So on this slide right here, we're just focusing on the living area. You have a trifold couch, so this can turn into a bed. And then turning around, You have two Thomas Paine recliners, and they are separated, so you could actually pull these out and put it right here in front of the TV, so you're not kind of sitting like that. But however, I'd probably sit laying across the couch and just kind of watching the TV from there. Not that bad. One thing I do like is I can see the TV from the table. Of course, you have storage underneath that goes all the way along, and you can also lift up the cushion, and there's a place to open up, and you can get into the storage that way as well. This one MSRP is for, see if we can see it, $60,707. However, our sale price, and my voice just crackled, is $45,999. So, all right, coming to the kitchen, we have General Electric refrigerator. Now, I've said it quite a few times. This is just standard on the Catalinas, especially the Legacy editions. You're also getting General Electric air conditionings. This one has one in here and then one in the bedroom. And of course, I'll show you the one in the bedroom as well. So we open this up. It's already running, so it's super cold, which actually feels pretty good because I have the heater running, because I think it's like 50 degrees outside, so it's not horribly cold, but it's not horribly warm either. You know, living in Texas, I prefer the heat, so I have to turn on the heater. So coming across from the refrigerator, you have storage along with some screws. We'll clean all that out, of course. We're not going to leave that in there. Coming down, you have an outlet. Now, these are weird because the Catalinas have a switch for your refrigerator, which seems like a terrible idea. However, so if I flip that switch, that turns off. Switch it again, it turns on. So, I mean, we can either leave it like that, but I've also spoke with our manager, and he said, or my manager, my technician, and he said that he would be able to wire it in directly instead of having an outlet switch or a power switch on it, which seems kind of crazy to me. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and say it's kind of a dumb idea. I just don't want to, you to come in and be like, oh, what is this? And then I have to explain it. I'd rather just be honest and upfront about it. But we can always wire it in so that every time you plug it in, it will then turn on the fridge and not have to go through a switch. But if you like the switch idea, because if you're not going to use the fridge, then it's not terribly the worst idea. But I just have a feeling someone's going to think this is your light switch and just turn it off, and then you spoil everything inside. That's my worry. And then, of course, you do have USB-A and a USB-C plug, which is always great. You have a gray stone vent cover with a light and a fan. See how loud that fan gets. Oh, there it goes. That's not too bad. I could hear the TV over it. Not an issue. Have a conversation over it. And then down here, you have a triple burner. I lent out my RV and somebody tried to cook on top of this glass. Do not cook on this glass. It will shatter. And then further down, you have your... That is so loud. And I don't believe... Oh, they do. Even better. They do turn red whenever you accidentally bump it on. I mean, you have to really try to bump it on, but kids will be kids. My 3-year-old, I promise, would accidentally hit that. So it's nice to know that you have, some type of sensor for it. And then the oven light is on. Down here, you have light there too. And then all you have to do is just push the oven button, turns off that light, and then the stove button turns off all those lights, which is really cool. Right here to the side, you have storage. Very deep. The bottom one's not so deep because I think you have all your plumbing and all that kind of stuff underneath it or behind it. And then down here, you have a fairly deep storage, so you can put things like pots and pans. You have your microwave right here. It's a high point traditional microwave with a turntable. Storage right next to that as well, very deep. Below that, you do have your receptacle. Haven't said that in a while. And then storage underneath that. I like how they do block off stuff that you don't need to get your hands on, or you don't need your pots and pans or whatever you put in here to get snagged on it. And then up here you do have your acrylic farmhouse sink, and that is what it is. It's a farmhouse sink. Come at me. And then you have two covers that make it look a little bit better. Now, this is heat resistant, so you can put a hot pan on here. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. And then coming down, you have a lot of your storage down here. And then coming along, you do have all, like you have your drawers. Oh, this is already divided, so if you want to put your silverware in there, that's always convenient. Man, those lock in tight. There we go. All right. Lights everywhere, and I love these things. Just like I think, correct me if I'm wrong, is that just like a sconce or something like that? Just like a light that goes between things, like if you have like a wall and you want lights down it. I think that's what they're called. I could be completely wrong. And then coming down towards your bathroom, we have our thermostat, which is nice. It's not the old school style, which is crazy, but again, it is General Electric, so you are getting something of quality. Coming right here, you have your control panel, and it is motion detector right here, detected, or whatever you want to call it, Bluetooth capable. You have your interior lights, your exterior lights. You have your water pump and your water heater. You have your battery quality. So right now it says charged, good battery. So it's all lit up. It's plugged in. That's why it's all lit up. And then over here, we'll tell you about your fresh tank, your black tank, and your gray tank. Coming down, you have your awning, and then you have your 3 slides, which I like how they're individualized, and it's like in and out, because some of them will say extend, retract. I like in and out, just for anybody that has a hard time understanding, that just saves a headache. And you do have a storage on the other side of your counters. Kind of gives you just an extra access to something. I feel like it's designed so you can put something longer in underneath. So, and then again, it's also covering up a bunch of wires. So that's a huge plus too. You have a pass-through bathroom. You have a vent right here, as well as a vent in the living room. I'll take you over there. So you have double vents, which is nice. You have your toilet at an angle, so you have plenty of leg room. You have a corner shower with a hard siding. So lots of people are telling me that they're tired of just the regular curtain shower. So it's really nice. That's almost, I think that's glass. And then you have your and then you have a place to put your necessities, toothbrush, toothpaste, of course your medicine as well. You have your receptacle right here, acrylic sink along with your faucet, and a little bit more storage here along with your plumbing and everything. And then we'll just go into the bedroom from here. Again, a General Electric air conditioning. It's hot in here. These are touchstone fireplaces, and this is putting out some serious heat. I am hot, legitimately. And then up here, again, no TV, because they just figure you pick your TV, you mount it. It's a lot easier that way, and they save you a lot of money on the purchase of this RV. I'm dead serious. A TV that we order from them is like $1,000, and it's not a good TV. It's just, I feel like that's just one way that they like to nickel and dime us to death, because we have to pass it on, unfortunately. So coming down, you have a very little tiny storage in here. Coming up, you have your area to hook up like a small DVD player or whatever you might need to put in right here. You have a pass-through to go to your TV. And then of course you have storage up top. Coming over here, so if you've watched any of my other Catalina Legacy Editions, they have this pass-through. So instead of it being a traditional pass-through, you have a place to put your washer and dryer. And like I showed you from the outside, I left it open so you could see it. And of course, you could always keep, I would keep that closed, obviously, because that's going to let out a lot of heat. But close that up. And then you have a double slide. I think I locked, I did lock it when I closed it.
2 seconds later.
All right, take 2. This is your closet. I had it locked up and I couldn't pull it off with just one hand. Tons and tons of space. You have shoe racks. You have things that you can just fold and just put it there without having to worry about hanging it. But you have plenty of hanging room in this area. And then you have, it's also saying wired for solar. So that's always a plus if you want to add solar. And there's just a lot of space just right here on the base. So you could put tubs or whatever you need to store here. And it could go back quite a ways. As you can see the wall, I just do a bunch of flat tubs for winter clothes and then hang my summer clothes and then switch it whenever it's time to switch over. And then you have your bed, which is actually quite large. It's a full-size queen. You also have receptacle or USB plugs on both sides. You have a USB-A, USB-C. You have a little place to place your phone. And then of course you have storage above. Goes all the way across. It's so dark in there you can't even see. Reading lights underneath. And then let's lift this up. Huge under storage. It's not even boxed off. It goes all the way to the wall. However, it is not an assisted storage compartment, so you got to have somebody holding it while you load up stuff. Try not to smash my hands in that. You have a plug right there as well. Let me see if there's one over here. Yes, there is. You have a plug located right there. And then you do have a storage down here. Shoot, if you have a little tiny dog, you could just remove that door and just be like, hey, here's your home.
Son of a bitch, Paul, why didn't you just go home? That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
Your light switch right here. Nice. All right, so this RV is perfect for a couple, or really a couple with a couple kids, which would be a family, not a couple. But it seems like it should be perfect for camping. If you're single and you need somewhere to live, this would work perfect for that. There's a lot of good options here, and you're not going to break the bank. And this would be a good starter RV for somebody that wants to live in it full time. It's got plenty of heat that you don't have to use your propane for, or you could use your propane and use the heater. But if you're living in places like the South and Texas, you're probably not going to have to use it a lot. But yeah, I hope y'all guys enjoyed this video. Here comes the specs. All right, let's go over the specs. So the dimensions of this RV, we have the length, which is 36.58 feet, the width 8 feet, the height 11.08 feet, the interior height 6.75 feet. The weight of this RV, you have a dry weight, which is 8,268 pounds, payload capacity, which is 1,872 pounds. Combine those two to get the GVWR, which is 10,500 pounds. The hitch weight is 1,096 pounds. You have a freshwater tank, which is 44 gallons, a gray water tank, which is 40 gallons, and a black water tank, which is 30 gallons. You have 2 propane tanks that are 20 pounds apiece, so that gives you a combined total of 40 pounds. You have one awning, which is 14 feet. This RV can sleep up to 6 people. Your air conditioning units are 13,500 BTUs. Your heater is 35,000 BTUs. You have a 6-gallon hot water tank, and that pretty much covers everything. So back to me. All right, guys, I hope y'all did enjoy this video. If you did, please hit the like button. Please subscribe and hit the bell notification. If you get tired of these videos, you can always unsubscribe later. And of course, it's totally free. It helps me a lot more than it helps you. I understand. So I would appreciate it. But until next time, bye.